the way of excess. A culture of indulgence, how much can we get? It might sound nice, but underneath, our souls are poisoned by our greed. Babylon business, it's all about me.
Beyond Babylon Business, Episode 5, entitled True Wealth. Dave is meeting his career coach, Theo Argens. Dave has handed him a piece of paper and is standing there rather smugly as Theo digests the impressive numbers printed on that paper.
Well done, Dave. Your profit margins are up 15%. Sales are also up, and your gross profit is up by a whopping 25%. I do respect a person who can make these sorts of percentages. And what do you need to do next week?
Make those percentages go still higher.
Oh, now you're getting it. Now, for this week's lesson, I want you to think about how you'll respond to this increase.
I was thinking about having a nice meal to celebrate with my friends.
Oh, could do. But perhaps you could start to work on your public image in the eyes of others. How many people actually know what you yourself have achieved?
Nobody, I guess, except my bank's computer system.
So there you have your next task. You have worked for this increase, and now you deserve the recognition that is due from it.
I could send out messages to everyone I know to tell them about my growth. But that could sound just like bragging.
You must go far beyond that. People who don't even know you must hear about what you've achieved. Remember that others are never more impressed than when they see a person's photo linked to an ascending graph. Make your publicity pictorial so that anyone who sees it will instantly realize that it was you who pushed those graphs to where they are. And apply your pictorial representations to your new goal of raising more money for your next big expansion.
I don't actually have a next big expansion planned, Theo.
Then this is your next assignment. Getting more wealth requires you not to sit back on your laurels after a small but pleasing increase. You must gain a reputation for being more than a one-hit wonder. An ever-increasing number of people must grow in their respect for you as the person who can keep graph climbing to higher and higher numbers.
But can't I take a break now and enjoy some slack for a bit?
Shh to that way of thinking. This first increase opens the way for greater increases. You are not nearly finished, but only just beginning.
That feels a bit overwhelming.
On the contrary, you are viewing the world incorrectly, because you are not savouring your moment of glory. Go! Treat yourself! Spend money on you. If you want something, then buy it today. If you can buy a symbol of wealth, then now is the time to do so. Is your house adequately proclaiming your greatness? Is your car letting the world know how well you are doing? Even those who don't know you should wish that they did. You are moving up, destined for the top. This is the news that everybody needs to hear. From now on, it's up, 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 all the way.
Steve is in the coffee shop when Dave arrives. Dave is clearly happier than usual.
I must say, you look chipper today, like the cat that got the cream. Was it a good time with Theo this week?
My profit levels are up by 25%. Theo is advising me to broadcast that news to a wider constituency as a means to securing investment for my next stage. People must feel my weight growing.
Yes to the cream cakes then.
Next week I want to be doing even better.
Where will it end?
With me at the top.
Top of what?
Well, life, I guess. On the top of life.
So you feel like you're under that level now? Not really your best, Dave, as of now.
Well, certainly that is the case. This week's increase is only one small dot on an ever-increasing graph.
So let me get this straight. You were not content with yourself last week. You felt like you needed a career coach to help you, to increase your profits. And now that you have increased your profits, you are less content than you were before.
Well, don't you see? This week's growth shows what I'm capable of. My ultimate goal of getting more wealth requires me not to sit back on my laurels, but to keep on pressing forwards, to keep accelerating until I am an alpha businessman.
I genuinely don't know what to say to that.
You may not have noticed my new car, as I had to park it in the multi-storey round the corner, but it's got 4 exhausts, Steve. It can reach 180 miles per hour.
Cool. What's the fastest you've gone so far?
Well, 40, actually. Most of the roads around me are 30s, with speed cameras. But it's nice to know that I've got the fastest car around here.
What about Barry's?
His doesn't count. He's only got 2 exhausts.
Questions. Why would you say that Theo is urging Dave to display external symbols of success? Tula is helping her granny with some jobs in the garden. The birds are singing in the trees and the bees are buzzing happily through the lavender bushes. Both Tula and her granny are using small forks and pulling out weeds from a large flower bed.
Tula, dear, try to make sure you get the roots of those weeds out.
It's not easy. They go so deep and snap off when I pull them.
Never mind. Just do your best. How was your birthday this week?
I've been given £10. I'm rich now.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm not sure. I could save it so that next year I could have £20. Then I'd be super rich. Or I could buy myself a toy like the one I saw Imogen playing with.
Decisions.
Have you ever been rich, Granny?
Oh, yes, dear. Every single day for 62 years now. I realised that if I had the food on my plate and God in my heart, then I was the wealthiest person in the world. I just have to remember every day to enjoy that fact. Yep, I couldn't be any wealthier than I am now.
Not even if I gave you my £10?
Being wealthy isn't about how much money you have. It's about your way of viewing the world. I am totally content right now with God in my heart and my daily needs being met. I have so much true wealth. These times with you, Tula, are part of my wealth.
How do you mean, Granny?
Imagine one lady sitting with her friend on a wall and eating an inexpensive hot bacon roll with ketchup.
Yummy.
She's thanking God in her heart for her lot in life and is filled with a sense of well-being. Whilst another lady could be sat in a fine restaurant eating the most expensive dish on the menu, whilst feeling alone and dissatisfied. Which one of them is poorer, Tula?
I think the one in the fancy restaurant is poorer, Granny, because even if I gave her my birthday money, she still wouldn't feel rich, would she, Granny?
Questions. Question 1. What would help you to feel wealthy, like Granny? Question 2. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says, "Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income." Why will money and possessions always fail to satisfy those who love those things? The Beyond Babylon business course will show you where Babylon thinking has infiltrated our world, and we may not have even realised it because it's become so normal to us. The Beyond Babylon business workbooks will bring you back to God's perspectives through a mixture of Bible study, videos, animations, songs and discussions, so that you and your teams can go beyond Babylon business.
Babylon business will soon be no more. Banished forever, completely destroyed. Its doom has come in just 1 hour. The smoke from here will rise rise forever.